Welcome back to the Celtics Nation Rise podcast. I'm your host, Griffin Aldridge,
I'm your co-host, Luis Gomez.
and the Celtics are 21 and 5.
The Boston Celtics, the Boston Celtics, the Boston Celtics. Oh, the Boston Celtics, the Boston Celtics, the Boston Celtics. Oh,
Hey, let's go. So, how we feeling? How we feeling?
We're feeling good, bro. We're feeling good. We're feeling happy. Everything is going our way right now, bro. We're
Two,
21 and 5. We couldn't ask better.
yeah. Uh, two quick wins, really quick. You faced the Pistons, beat them. Final score of that game was 123 to 99. And then you faced the Wizards, just beat them. How are we feeling about those games? Obviously, we know those are weaker teams, but we really had a good game against the Pistons. Like that game was really good. And then you fast forward to Sunday and you beat the Wizards kind of in a little kind of close one. 112 to 98 final score. How are we feeling?
Not gonna lie with you, I feel like everything's good. Against the Pistons, 123. The Pistons had 99 points. That was a blowout. I
Yeah.
felt good about that. The Wizards, 112 to 98 points. We're winning basically by almost like 15 points.
Mhm.
I like that. I like what we're doing. Remember in the beginning of the season, we had like a little stretch against bad teams that everything was kind of like close.
Yeah.
I'm
And now
liking,
we're switching it up. And like you're seeing more competitive games, I want to say, but are they really competitive though? If
no,
you're
no,
thinking about it, are they really competitive?
no, they're not. They're not teams to be scared of, but sometimes, it takes those type of games to improve. Like
Yeah.
that's how you know that you're doing your job. Like we're getting better and better every every single day. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm seeing. That's what I wanted because it felt like we were in the stretch that everything was the same. Like we're winning, but we're playing kind of weird.
Yeah.
We will have amazing quarters and then we will fall back.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
But yeah, I feel like we're doing a better job in that point of view. That's what I like to see. We're the defending champs for a reason. You know what I mean?
I love it. 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 Um,
Yeah.
let's get into that Pistons game though. Why don't we? No Tatum. We've been seeing some injuries with Tatum. We've been seeing a lot of injuries just in general with the Celtics. You had Sam Hauser out that game, you had Jaden Springer, and you also had Tatum out that game. Uh,
Yeah.
let's just look at the Pistons. We could not stop Ron Holland that game. He had 26 points. Like he was shooting 78% from the field goal that night. Good game for him. Uh, other than that, you had Cade Cunningham. He had 18 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 block, and shot 40%. But let's get into the Celtics. From the Celtics point of view, you had another Pritchard night. 27 points, 4 rebounds, 10 assists, and shot 50%. You had Derek White and Porzingis kind of in that range too. Derek White narrowly had got 23 points, and you
Yeah.
had Porzingis with 19. And then it was just team basketball that game. You saw a lot of just team Celtics basketball, which I personally liked. What do you think about that? Do you like? I don't know. It's something that we usually only see against good teams. And you're missing Tatum. That's the big thing that stood out to me. You're missing Tatum that game, and your team still performed. Like, I know it's the Pistons, and you can't say, all right, well, we haven't faced a good team. But your team still performed, and we played Celtics basketball that game. That's just what I gotta
No,
say.
yeah. If you don't see the stats, if you don't see like who's playing the game and you only see like the final score, you will probably think that Jason Tatum's in the game.
Yeah, you really would. Like, with that final score, oh, 100%. You're like, wait, where's Tatum?
Yeah.
Um, can I mention on something? So I actually watched something, and the NBA views are going down. So I think half of that is people are using streams. I think they're doing like that. But I also think, and I saw a TikTok on it, people can literally look at the final box score and they could look up here and they could figure out the whole outcome of the game, which is true. Which is true. Like we're talking to you guys at home, like you guys watching the podcast, you guys are listening to the box score and like we're just breaking down the games for you guys and you guys didn't even have to watch that and you're like, "Okay, well that was a blowout." I don't think that's affecting the game because I still every Celtics game I'm still watching. I'm still watching. I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of people are kind of like more so just doing it other ways, if that makes sense. What do you think?
There's definitely everything has changed recently. You know what I mean? People find a different way now, but
Yeah. I personally think it's just an issue. Like you're seeing the same thing with the MLB, you're seeing it with the NBA. Like I don't think it's an issue with the sport and I don't think we should change what this sport is. Like they're doing all these rules like the Golden Bat rule in the MLB and they're changing up everything with the NBA. Like why are you changing this game just for viewers? All right, I get it. You guys want to dominate, you want to make money, but what about your fans that love this game and watch this game?
yeah, that's this game has always had the same rules all over again, like in history. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why would you want to add more stuff? Because
Yeah.
then it would just be weird. You look back in time, and you want to be like, yeah, but they used to play a different way. They used to have different rules.
Yeah, and then can you start then it becomes a real challenge to pinpoint like a goat because you're like, all right, well, basketball was completely different then. And like how can you I don't know. I
I
feel like
wouldn't change it. I think it would ruin the game.
exactly. Like
Like it has a lot. There's a lot of fans in basketball. Basketball has a lot. NBA has a lot of fans, and I'm pretty sure at least 70% are like, or 80, or even higher, wouldn't do it nothing to change the game
and I don't
because this game
necessarily
is good right how it is right now.
I agree. And I don't think it's necessarily dying. Like, I don't think, but yeah, you could have fall offs and stuff, but you're gonna have your average fans, and those fans are gonna tell their kids and stuff. Like, I think it's just like something that you need to pay attention to for sure, but it's something that I don't know. I think a lot of changing everything isn't going to work. I think that. And personally, I like the in-season tournament. Sorry, this is completely irrelevant, but I actually watched it and it was actually kind of cool. And you saw with the Bucks though, they did not use the champagne. Their coach said, "Wait, we have to focus on the regular season." But I like the shirts that they had. It kind of made it feel like, all right, this is kind of cool. I'm ready to come back to playoff basketball.
Oh yeah, but this rule thing is, I guess why they do it. It's all about the money at the end of the day.
And viewership. You're
They
trying to
just
get
want to like fill up their pockets. It's understandable.
Yep.
But sometimes they gotta understand that it's not about just filling up your pockets.
Oh yeah.
It's way more. It's the history. It's everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's tough. Playoff basketball, though, that's not what we saw against the Wizards. We narrowly beat them. Final score, 112 Boston Celtics, 98 Wizards. We played some good defense there, but I think half of it is just them not hitting shots. Realistically, Jordan Poole had a good game. Like what the heck happened to Kyle Kuzma? Oh, he's been out for a while. I was gonna say I haven't seen him in a minute. Um, Really quick, you had a really good game from Jason Tatum. 28 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, and shot 46.2% from the field goal. Brown kind of had a weak night, and you also saw Porzingis going down that night. Left after the first half with an injury. Um, I've been seeing stuff though, and he's good. Everything looks good. Just a little like it's just it sucks with him, you know? Like I love Porzingis. He affects the game, but it's kind of like we need to do the right things and we need to play him right because we want him for playoffs. I'm not
Yeah.
concerned. We proved like before he came back from the injury, we proved that we could still play without Porzingis. So we need to do the right management to prepare him for playoffs.
Yeah, that's true.
I get it. I get it. That might include, even I get it. That I like what they're doing with back-to-back nights, but that might even include playing him one game, even if you have a day or two off, rest him the next day and then play him. I think the 4 days helped with the in-season tournament, but you gotta see something because we need Porzingis is that X factor. And when we're coming into playoffs, we're gonna need him again because the East is stacked this year and it's gonna be dominant. Like we need a dominant center. That's what we need, you know? Um, other than that, I feel like they kind of slipped up at the end with that Wizards game. Uh, you saw the Wizards having 26 points and they only held the Celtics to 21 in that fourth quarter. But I think that's kind of because they put in their subs. Yeah, they put in their subs at the end, so they kind of like built up a little lead. But it's whatever. You gotta play your subs. You need to get guys rest, and you need to play those guys. That's all I got for that Wizards game, though. Really, it's a
One
tough.
question though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What about Jaylen Brown
Jalen Brown that game. Let's go look. Jalen Brown.
against the Pistons and against
Ooh, good point.
the
Let,
Wizards?
let's talk about that real quick. We're on the Wizards game right now, so against wow, I like that. Um, Against the Wizards, Jalen Brown played 25 minutes, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, and shot 28.6% from the field goal. However, from the field goal too, he shot 4 for 14. Now, can we say that's because he's not getting as many touches of the ball? Because Jason Tatum shot 46.2%. He shot 12 for 26 from the field goal. So he had 26 shots when Jalen Brown only had 14. Can we just say that's about the shots he took? Or like he's not shooting enough shots? Can we say that?
Yeah, we could say that too.
Let's go back to that Pistons game though. Let's go look at that. Um Brown 29 minutes, 14 points. He had a good all-around game though. 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, shot 50%. 6 for 12 from the field goal. So I don't think he's getting as many touches of the ball, if that makes sense.
What's wrong? You think what's going on that he's not?
I think realistically, you see for the Celtics, their number one option is Jason Tatum. That's like clear. That's clear. And I've also seen something that with Pritchard, they don't even have plays unless Missoula writes it up in the game. I heard with Pritchard, they don't even have a play for him until it's in the game. So he's like, they're just finding Pritchard open and he's taking that and he's making the most out of those shots. Like,
He's
it's
he's a beast, bro.
He really is. And with Brown, I'm not going to come to that because I love Jalen Brown. And I think personally, if you're getting the win and he has 14 points, that's fine. Like, we're having other guys who can play for him in
I
order
was
to,
gonna say that.
yeah,
I was gonna say that sometimes there's people who just thinks about their numbers, like I gotta get my points and still get and still lose at the end of the day.
yeah.
I feel like he's not like that type of player. If he's doing something and it's working for us, I
Mhm.
feel like he will keep doing it. He doesn't play for himself. He plays for the team.
I agree with that. And like, all right, so for me, I get a little upset when Tatum doesn't hit 30 because I'm like, oh, there goes the MVP rankings. Like, it's going down.
Oh, yeah. No,
But
yeah, I feel you. I
yeah,
get like
but
that all the time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But at the same time, we need to be realistic. We're still winning games. Like we're winning games. And does that really does all right, Tatum, all right, for his own career and his own thing, yes, at the end of his career, it's gonna look nice when he has MVPs. But we also remember he's young. He's young. And you have a really good Celtics team. I feel like I'm not gonna say this, but there's gonna be a point in his career and it's just how it is. I feel like you'll see that. Like there's going to be a point in his career where he's not really necessarily having peak season, if that makes sense. Like, all right, the goal right there this year is to win a championship. I feel like there's going to be a point in his career, it's obvious, where that's not the goal in mind. So can he go for MVP that year? Because it's hard with this Boston team. Like I'm sure Tatum, if he tried to, he could have 30 a night easily, hands down. But you have other people who could score on this team. So instead, he is being unselfish and he's affecting the games in different ways. He's passing the ball, making those assists, he's getting rebounds, he's playing on the defensive effort, and he's making those assists so you can have other players get those opportunities too, because that's more important. I think at the end of the day, he's not looking for MVP. I think he wants a championship again. Because what looks better? Having a, well, all right, this is tough. What looks better to you? Having a championship or rings? Because
Rings all
MVP,
day, bro.
yeah, MVPs are for him.
Yeah, like,
Championships are for
well,
him.
not everyone has
He
the chance
did
to win a ring.
exactly.
You
And
want to win as much as you can.
exactly. Exactly.
That's like that's what everyone plays for. And Jason Tatum is a young, talented guy,
Yep.
and he will get his MVP. He will.
Yeah, oh, 100%.
But I will promise you this: he's more focused on winning back to back.
I agree. I agree.
At some point in his career, is gonna be like, oh, I need to get this.
Yeah.
Like the missing. That's gonna be the missing puzzle. But I feel like he got the hardest one
Yeah.
already.
Because a championship, like a MVP, all right, you just gotta perform well all season. You could have up seasons and you could have down seasons, but a championship, your team has to be in there. There's no you. There's no you. In the NBA, all right, yeah, you could affect the game, but realistically, you're not winning a championship
Yeah, we
unless
can't. Yeah,
yeah,
we can't.
you
We
can't.
need.
Yeah, and it's like and this is another point I wanted to bring up too. Like I I saw with the Bucks too, with the in-season tournament. They were very Giannis was like very adamant towards winning that for his players because he knew how much it would change their life. So it's like Tatum, instead of winning MVP, he's focused on this championship because it doesn't just affect him. The MVP just affects him.
Mm.
Championships affect you, your teammates, the city, the fans, and it changes people's lives. Like it really does. Like people don't think about that. It really changes people's lives, like for happiness. And I could tell you this, I feel like it gets people through a lot. Like watching the Celtics, that's what makes me happy. That's what I go home at night, and when I'm watching the Celtics, I'm happy. I'm in a good mood?
Oh yeah, that's to be honest, one of the best feelings in the world.
It really is.
Hopefully,
It's fun.
hopefully, like those people, even for other fan base, get that same feeling as well. But it is the best feeling in the world. Like when you come back home and you're like, "It's game time, baby. Let's go."
Yeah,
And
let's
you're
watch
just
this game.
chilling.
Like, yeah. And I will say, like, this summer was great. Like, I had a lot of things in my life going on, but I was so locked in because the Celtics won the championship. I got my tattoo. I was having fun. Like, that June, that June was just great. Like, obviously, like I was just so hyped about the Celtics. The spirits were high, like everything was just good. But then there became a point where I'm ready. I'm ready for next year. I'm ready to feel this again. Because you feel it, but then you're like, I want it again. I
Yeah,
want
yeah, yeah. You would, yeah. That's one of the biggest things ever. Like we were like you were celebrating that we won and
it
stuff, but you're already you're like
in the back of my mind.
you're thinking about next year already, and you're like
I'm
it's still summer. It's still recently, but it's like a good moment, and especially when you're a loyal fan. When you're a loyal
yes.
fan and you've been like in rough situations before, you've been like in the tough moments when they're like been down, and when everything looks good for us, and then it doesn't, and then it comes down like to look really bad for us. It doesn't go our way, and then when they finally make it, like
Because
you go on T, you get like
you get emotional.
you get emotional. I'm
You-
not gonna lie with you. When I saw it like this summer, when I saw it like the championship, I actually went in tears. Like wow, like fuck.
And it shows that Boston is still competitive because I will admit we haven't seen a championship since I don't know when for the Patriots. I don't know when for the Bruins. I think
Patriots
2013.
was 2018.
Oh, 2018 was the last one. Same
Yeah,
with the Red
2018.
Sox. So
Yeah,
like, and the Celtics haven't won since 2008. When did the Bruins last win the Stanley Cup?
2018.
2011. All right,
Oh,
2011. So like Boston hasn't seen a duck boat parade in a minute. So like
Yeah, they
it
have.
was just great for the city. It was great. It's about needed because I'm telling you, I'm gonna be first to say
You
this.
went, right? You went?
I did go. It was great. Like
Where you park your car? 'Cause I
uh,
could imagine.
we actually, so we drove there, we spent the room in a hotel, and we took the T over, and it was great. We got right in. We the crowds were nuts. The crowds were intense, bro. Like you literally, like I'm not even lying, you stood up, bro. You literally had to like literally walk with them, and like you were like, I'm not even lying. This is the pace we are going to get out. Barely moving, barely moving. It took us a
I
half
was
hour.
planning on going, and I got so pissed off, and I couldn't go.
Yeah, it took us a half hour. Like so, right, where the TD Garden is, like right as soon as you come out those doors where it says TD Garden, the train
Yeah.
station. It took us a half hour to get probably 30, not 30, probably like less than 100 feet outside of TD Garden, and then we found a spot and we're like, all right, we gotta go because the parade was about to start. So it was great though. Like, and that shows how dedicated Boston fans are. There was over 1 million people at that parade. That's nuts.
We
That's nuts.
gotta repeat that, bro. We gotta do that. I'm gonna go to the summer one. I'm gonna go when we win again.
Yes, bro. We'll meet up there.
I'm gonna go crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts, bro. It just seeing the man, just seeing all the confetti, bro. The
Those are the best feelings
green
in the
and white,
world.
dude. You were just. It felt like a dream. It felt like
And
a.
it, like even though you're not even part of the team, but it feels like you
But you
are.
feel like you are when you're a fan. You're part of that team. I don't care what anyone says, and people are like, "Well, you're not even a part of that team. Why does it matter to you?" Because I'm a loyal fan, and I feel being a loyal fan is just as
Yeah,
good as
over
being
here
on
where I
the team.
live, they talk about that all the time. I'd be like, we're gonna win next year and the next one. It's
Yes.
like they'd be like, who's we? Them.
Yeah, they're like, why are you saying we? We're not, you're not a part of that team. I'm a loyal
I know, and I'm
as a
like,
as a loyal fan, you are part of that team.
I want to slap them when they say that, like, because
Yeah,
they know
like
what I mean, but they're trying to be like smart. They're trying to be like smart. ASS.
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
All right. Well, that wraps all of that up though, because we gotta get into some trade rumors. All right. The trades are coming in. The trades are coming in for the NBA. You saw Dennis Schroeder, former Celtics. He actually has a Celtics tattoo, which is cool. Wasn't even there for a full season. Um,
yeah.
got traded to the Warriors. So we're gonna break down all the trades that are going on with Boston. So last time we were on the podcast, we talked about Ben Simmons. I thought about it, not a bad move, depending on who we give up. I like, but now that I'm looking at it, I saw a recent thing, 10 potential trade targets. I think the only people Boston can give up is Jaden Springer and Xavier Tillman. I don't see anyone else they would give up. Um, I really don't. I don't see anyone else Boston would give up because you don't need anyone else. But let's get into the talks about it. Kevin Love loves the option, which all right, he brings veteran experience, former champion. Kevin Love wouldn't be bad. And then you see a lot of former Celtics names. You know, you see Green, and you just see Josh Richardson on this list, Tice, and you just keep going down. And it's like Yabusele, David Roby, Dylan Terry, Shake Milton. You just see a lot of names. It's just like we don't really need anything. It's like last year you saw them, they made good moves. Like they got Tillman, they got Springer. Those helped us win that championship. I think the biggest one who helped us last year win that championship was Tillman. And it sucks because he's mentioned in these trade rumors, but all right, there comes a time and part. You did your share in Boston. You helped us out. Thank you. You're not doing what we need anymore. Love you, Tillman, but it might be that time, you know? Um,
Hmm.
I'm going through. It's nothing really sparks my attention for the Celtics because it's like realistically, what do we need to give up? You know, it's like whatever. So it's short but sweet. It's short but sweet. Like I don't know what else. But let's break down the upcoming games. Celtics tonight, obviously at 7:30 play the Bulls. And you see them again on Saturday, where the Celtics also play the Bulls. That one is away. Tonight is at TD Garden. Then on Monday, the Boston Celtics head over to Orlando to face the Magic. And then Christmas on Wednesday, you face the 76ers at home. Let's go. So, regarding the podcast, we're either going to try to get a Christmas podcast, which that would be cool. We'll try to get a Christmas podcast, or we're gonna try to do it Tuesday or Thursday. Either or.
I'm available. Christmas.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Um, let's break down tonight's game. Really quick for you. Do 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 do. Hold on 1 second. What day is it? Thursday? Wow. I know we've been up in the air with the podcast. We gotta figure some stuff out. Um, let's get right into it. For Chicago, you have Josh Giddey questionable. Other than that, Dylan Terry questionable. Other than that, they look pretty healthy. With Boston, you have Sam Hauser questionable, Porzingis questionable, and Tillman questionable. Other than that, you have pretty much your whole team. So what are we expecting? So you have Celtics, well, not Celtics. You have the Bulls twice, the Magic,
Mhm.
and um, wait, would we
The
just go with
Sixers.
those three?
No,
Yeah, those three. So
say it again.
we have the Bulls twice and the Magic. What are we expecting? Three
Mhm.
games. What are we expecting our record to be next time we meet? Right now we're 21-5. Lewis, what do you got? Be honest. The Bulls can give us a little trouble. I think the Magic is definitely going to be the hardest game. But what's
You
your
really
thought?
think so?
I do think so.
I think we're gonna be mm,
Be honest. Be honest.
maybe 4 and 5.
24-5.
Yes,
I agree.
there's no
I agree.
problem. We're doing really good,
We need to show dominance. Like we need
and I
to.
feel really confident about us right now.
I do too. I agree with that. What are we expecting for did I say 6:30 was the game tonight? It's at 7:30.
7:30.
Yep. What are we expecting for the final score to be tonight?
120 to 90, 95, 98 around.
Wow. I'm gonna go Celtics. I'm gonna go Celtics 118 and I'm gonna go Bulls 101. I think you'll have a good game. I think it'll be a little tough, but I think you'll overall you'll have a good game. Um,
Yeah.
I think that pretty much covers it. Really, thank you guys for watching again. We're gonna figure stuff out. Just Lewis and I today, but we'll figure stuff out for next week, what day we're gonna do it on. Um, Celtics, hopefully next time we meet here, they're 24-5. Anything else you gotta say?
Oh, Celtics.
Go Celtics. Well, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to leave a comment down below, subscribe, and it's been real. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.